So let's jump right into the main topic today. I'm conducting the special experiment to see how happy people are and how positive people are. And during the, interview, we're going to exchange some of the information and somehow we'll go into, get some of the useful tips for the listeners. Mental health is important, but not so many people focus on the importance of mental health. So for sure, at first, please quickly introduce yourself to the people who are listening.
Hello, everyone. Hello, thank you for having me. Thank you for listening to Mr. Tommy's project. My name is Deng. You can call me Danny. I am a part-time English coach here at Tommy English. I am currently living in Ho Chi Minh City. I have lived here for more than 10 years. My full-time job is on and off right now, but then I was as a assistant restaurant manager, something like that.
Let's just go deeper in your part-time job. I was in hospitality industry before. So question for you, what is the most challenging part working in customer service?
Okay, I went from being like the lowest position, a waiter, to going up to a management position. In the beginning, it was dealing with the customer because I do not have enough experience. Then when I got into a higher position, the hardest part would be to deal with subordinates, to deal with my colleagues. We are the one who brings the service to the customer, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and we have this mindset. We are in a higher level. We have a different mindset than the lower colleagues. Our job is to make sure that our mindsets align with them, with everyone, so that they provide the same service to customer. I don't feel pressure talking to customer anymore, but my job to help my colleagues, to help my partners to do the same way.
All right, that's the most challenging part.
But it's hard to convey my ideas to everyone.
So share with me a little bit right here. What should be the mindset for people working in hospitality? Something that they must have if they want to do the job well.
It can be shallow to say this, but customer is always right.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that to be hard or to be unreasonable to my subordinates. I'm saying this to sell. If we don't have customer, then what's the point of our job,
Exactly.
What I'm trying to tell my subordinates is to always listen. Calm down, listen first. Although their demand can be unreasonable, you cannot say no. There will be ways to deal with that kind of request.
Beautiful. I love the part you can't say no to the customers and they are always right. Yeah, I was there before. Yeah, even like what we mean is no, but then we have to find a way to make it doesn't sound like no.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
I was there before sitting at the front desk and the customer asked me, can I check in early? I have got a really long and terrible flight. We didn't have any room at that time. But then what I said was, let me just try to look for a room. I'll try to make it as soon as possible for you. So you can just keep your luggage here, go to the bar, the restaurant to enjoy some cocktails first, things like that. And then we'll let you know. We have to find a way, right? And dealing with their complaints, is much more difficult. Let's just jump right into the main topic today. Happiness and positivity. So first question for you, what makes you grateful today?
I'm grateful for the weather today. When I wake up and I go outside, if the weather is too sunny, it's too hot, I get really grumpy and stuff. But then today is a little bit gloomy. I can see a very productive day ahead of me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love it, and I'm thankful for it.
I can see it from your face. Yep. So let's talk about happiness. Tell me, how do you define happiness, Danny?
I think that you would expect me to answer like happiness can come from anything, from anywhere, from small thing to a massive thing. Happiness can come from having money, spending time with loved ones, or maybe finding a shirt that you like so much. For me, happiness can be having enough time to sleep. Why don't you ask me, how do you make happiness?
How do you make happiness?
Someone told me this before. Happiness can come from a lot of things, but what makes happiness is the pursuit for it. It's the process. What I'm saying is the way that you plan for it, the way that you actually trying to get it is what makes happiness the way it is, what makes it meaningful. Let's put it this way. A bowl of rice on this random day, you were already having a bad day, really long day, bad day, and all you wanted was a bowl of rice. So when it's time for you to get off work, you immediately trying to go home to have that bowl of rice, but then you got a flat tire, got pulled into by the police, and then you got lost on your way. A lot of bad stuff happened. But then you managed to get home after all that troubles, and you would have the best bowl of rice in the world. It would taste absolutely delicious. But then on the next day, you wake up and there's a bowl of rice ready for you on the table, and you eat it. You expect it to taste the same, but it would not taste the same. It would not taste as delicious as yesterday. So what I'm trying to say is that it's the same bowl of rice, right? But what makes it happy for you is that you're trying to get it. The act of you trying to get it is what makes that bowl of rice meaningful. It's not the bowl of rice, it's the act of getting the bowl of rice.
Wow. I like how you switched the question, the definition of happiness, to how do you make happiness, how do you pursue happiness. And the example that you have just shared was absolutely wonderful. A bowl of rice. I can see that we all have different definitions of happiness, but the way that make happiness is how we pursue it, how we try to get it. The bottled water with just a half water in it, and some people may say it's half full, but some people may say it's half empty, right? It also depends on the situation. But then how we pursue it, how we appreciate it, how we have the bowl of rice in front of us, even after we have what we have been through, we sit there and we appreciate what we have right there. We are present enough, we are here and now enough to appreciate the things, right? So do you have the habit of practicing gratitude, Danny?
I used to keep a diary back in university. After a day, I would write down what I like about that day. It helped me tremendously because I was going through a really bad time. I was suffering from some kind of depression and something like that. And it helps me to appreciate it, all of the good things that happen to me, and also all the bad things that happen to me. Well, growing up now, I don't do that anymore because I don't have time. If you would ask me to give me an advice to the people who are suffering, I would ask them to write down after a day what appreciate.
The gratitude journal.
Yeah, gratitude journal.
Because I'm doing it right now. It's been like a few years. I'm doing things like gratitude journal, right? So I can see how important it is to write down what we are grateful for during the day, and something went wrong, something went right, and we also learn from that one. Thoughts are always thoughts if we keep it in our mind, but the thing is that we write it down, we speak it out. It is more important to help us, solve the problem. So you have talked about the pursuit of happiness, right? So share with me more about how do you manage the pursuit of happiness, and what are some of the right way people should do in order to, pursue happiness in the right way? Because we are having a lot of things, a lot of troubles and difficulties in daily life. So how do we manage to pursue happiness in the right way, Danny?
In the right way. I'm not an expert, of course, but my ways it is to set goals. Not something very big, but you can divide the goals into like small parts, so you see the process, you can actually see your progress. And then you will definitely go through hardship. There will always be obstacles, but I don't know, take it. If you need to cry, put in your emotion, embrace it. Almost just know for a fact that it is going to be better tomorrow. Happiness will find its way.
You know, the reason why I asked this question, how do we pursue happiness in the right way? Because people have their own ways of pursuing happiness, right? It could be from, other people going out. But what you have shared about the 2 tips, setting goals, and then don't expect life to be easy. That's what I can quote from that. I have to, agree with this one, because life is not easy and it's not fair. So don't expect it to be easy, to be smooth, and then you're not gonna have any mistakes or failures during the time. Just like the piano has its white and black key. Reading the books, we do have some of the bad chapters and great chapters, but then the thing is that what makes the book great is how they go down and go up, both the good and the bad. But then the thing is that we have to be ready to face the hardships, the difficulties, and the challenges. Just keep in mind that the better things are waiting for us. Do you think there is a connection between happiness and money?
Ooh, definitely, of course. For someone like me, I don't have a lot of money, of course. So earning money, or someone happens to give you a lot of money as a tip, or as a lucky money, or something like that, I will feel happy, of course. But then for someone like my grandparents, they earn money all their life. They don't need it now. They need time for their loved ones. So that it depends on your position in life. It depends on your age. People will change. Change is nature. So money will be important for you right now, but it won't be at some other point. So yeah, money can have a connection with happiness now, but then, I don't know, several more years when you got into a hospital, on your way to saying goodbye to your family, something like that, money won't be that important anymore.
What you have shared reminds me of the story. It's just like the triangle. We have, 3 points of the triangle, I can say. 20s, 40s, and 60s, right? So when we are 20s, right, we have plenty of time. We're still healthy, right? We still have good health, right? Yes. But then what we lack is that we don't have money. So that's where we have to, put more effort doing part-time, full-time jobs in order to get more money, right? But when we get 40, our health is still okay. We still have time, right? But then we're still making money to, have the stable life, right? Provide for our family. When we get 60, what we lack is the health. So we have time, we have money, but then we lack health, right? So the key is in the middle, is the P. P is plan. When we are 20, we have to plan for the time that we get 40. When we are 40s, we have to plan also for the family. People spend a lot of time at work. What is more important is the loved ones, the family. When we are 60 also, we have to plan time for going to the gym or doing sports. So P is plan, just like setting goals, what you have shared before. Do you plan for anything in your life, Danny?
Of course, I plan. I like to plan things. But then as I grow up, I got so anxious going out, planning things. I like things to be perfect. I like things to go smoothly. And it does help me a little bit, but it also keeps me really anxious. As of now, I try to plan less to live like unexpectedly. But don't get me wrong, I do have a plan for my future. It won't be as detailed. Yeah, so it will take out the fun in living almost.
Okay. So how does it feel, living with the uncertainty?
Ooh, terrifying. Terrifying, of course. But then when you get out of it, it will be more joyous. I had this plan for a while. I like to travel alone. I never thought that I would be able to do that. But then early last year, I went to Dalat, thing that I never done before. First, I feel very lonely. I felt completely lost. But then when I got into the nature, when I got into the woods, it definitely changed me. I wouldn't want to talk to my friends at that time. I wouldn't want to find anybody at all. I just want to get through with it. I cannot describe the feeling.
I got the feeling. Danny, because I was like you before. I was like, I got the same situation before where I didn't want to talk to anybody about the things that I have gone through. I find a way to go to the nature, to go to the beach, going for a walk alone. Some people may think that they have to eat with someone, they have to sleep with someone, they have to talk with someone, they have to travel with someone to feel happy. But for me, spending time in solitude is more important. That's where you gotta reflect on yourself. That's where you can feel the uncertainty. That's where you can also slow down and practice gratitude also. That's what I have done and I am doing right now in order to find happiness. Just like the example of solo travel that you have shared. Actually, I have never done it before. I wish that one day I could do that. What's the best part?
Oh, the best part. Yes.
Going to the woods? Is that?
Go to the wood. I told this story to everyone when I go to the woods. At that place, I would see like 2 or 3 people, and they always, no one was going there alone like me. Yeah, I was very, very proud of myself. Yeah, although I fell off the bike like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
I got a lot of like scars on my legs. It was a very fun memory.
Unforgettable. Yeah. I think that I know where you're talking about. That's we call in English lonely pine tree. Is that?
How can you?
I've been there before with my wife, and we took the boat. Actually, lucky for me. Actually, yeah. Then it's a beautiful place. Actually, really peaceful. Talking about traveling or spending time with ourselves is also the way to manage our stress and to find happiness, right? So last question for you, Danny. What would be some of the messages for people in order to stay calm, stay happy, and stay positive every day?
Just stay happy, just stay positive every day. Just remember this, that if happiness is static, if happiness stays in the same place for a long time, it will lose its significance. The pursuit for happiness has to be ongoing. The value of happiness will stay. If you are bored at some point in your life, trying to find a new like hobby or try to do something new, stick to your goal, but then find a different way to do it.
I think that's the best tip ever, to stay calm, to take a step back and to listen more.
Something like that. I'm not good at giving advice. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good way, because I was pretty hot-tempered before, but then when I realized the importance of listening, right, of stepping back and listening, things are so much easier for me to deal with the situation, to deal with people also. And also, thank you for the tip on how to stay happy and positive. The pursuit of happiness has to be an ongoing process, right? If it's fixed for everyone, it's not gonna be interesting anymore, right? So you gotta make it fun. You gotta try every single day to refresh yourself, to do something new. So thank you so much, Danny, for joining me today. What you told me is that you're not a good, advice giver. But then I can see that a lot of good advice, useful advice that you have just shared with me and the people who are listening. So thank you so much. I really appreciate your time and your sharings today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I hope that for listening to this project will find a way to create their own happiness and to be courage to take whatever challenges.
Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Get well soon and prepare your energy for, the special TED holiday.
Thank you. Have a
Appreciate
good
that.
one.
Same to you. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.